it is very rare that you see legitimate coach-on-coach crime in the NFL. Don't get me wrong. I wish we saw it more often because I love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. I love to see it. I just rarely see it. And I don't actually think that was Sean Payton's actual goal when he was spouting off to USA Today earlier this week. Like, I don't think that Sean Payton's crosshairs were necessarily fixed on Bob Saleh or really even the Jets in general when he let those quotes fly. Bob and company simply got caught up in the shrapnel, which I'm sure they don't mind because it only gave Robert Receipts more unbelievable material for his favorite shoebox where he keeps all them receipts. And I keeps a private shoebox of receipts.
You know, I keeps a private.
And the biggest bulletin board that he could find at One Jets Drive for all of this noise. In case you missed these scuds, fired off by Sean Payton. And for the record, I love that Payton is getting nice like this. In case you missed the scuds, what he actually was trying to do, believe it or not, was back up his quarterback. He was trying to pump up Russet Potato Wilson by deflecting the blame for last season's nuclear disaster onto Nate Can't Hackett. Alvy's on his game. Alvy ain't playing today. All right, so here are the quotes in case you missed it. Let me run through them quickly because they're all amazing. This is Payton, quote, "It's not just Russell. It was a poor offensive line. It might have been one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL. That's how bad it was. Everything I heard about last season, we're doing the opposite." He continued, quote, "There's 20 dirty hands for what was allowed, tolerated in the freaking training rooms, the meeting rooms, the offense. I don't know, Hackett. A lot of people had dirt on their hands. It wasn't just Russell. He didn't just flip. He still has it. This BS that he hit a wall, shoot, they couldn't get a play in. They were 29th in the league in pre-snap penalties on both sides of the ball." Wait, there's more. Quote, "It doesn't happen often where an NFL team or organization gets embarrassed. And that happened here. Part of it was their own fault, relative to spending so much expletive time trying to win the offseason, the PR, the pomp, the circumstance, marching people around and all this stuff." He goes on. I mean, this dude is rolling. Quote, "We're not doing any of that. The Jets..." All right, so now he's dragging the Jets in. "The Jets did that this year. You watch Hard Knocks? All of it. I can see it coming. Remember when Dan Snyder put that dream team together? I was at the Giants. I was a young coach. Thought, how are we going to compete with them? Dion's there now. That team won 8 games or whatever. So listen, just put the work in." End of quote. Damn, my man was on one. Somebody pull Sean off of, well, pretty much everybody.
Someone call someone.
Someone call someone. Sean Payton is killing guys here. I mean, there are scorched earth interviews, and then there's that. He essentially annihilated everybody not named Russet Potato Wilson. And yes, that included the Jets and new Jets OC Nate Can't Hackett. So, of course, these quotes were going to get run back to Bobby Receipts. And, of course, Bobby Receipts was going to respond to them quotes. Oh, no, dude. Feel free to get into that analogy right this damn second. I'm starting to really like Robert. I'm starting to really like this dude. That is an analogy that I will get into a little later. No, dude. No, dude. Do it right now. Do it right now. I need to hear the rest of the analogy about the crows suffocating. I love this dude. He starts off by saying, I'm not going to acknowledge Sean. He's been in the league a hell of a long time. He can say whatever the hell he wants. I am not going to acknowledge Sean. only to acknowledge Sean, to respond and escalate. This guy went from 0 to suffocating birds in about 3 seconds flat. Man, there's so much gold in that clip. Don't get lost in how he said it. Think about what he's saying. I love what I heard. I love what I see. I love what I'm hearing. I almost want to throw this dude a golden ticket. Quote, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. So hate away. Quote, obviously we're doing something right if you got to talk about us when we don't play you until week 4. And then the money shot. There's a lot of crows pecking in our neck, but all you can do is spread your wings and keep flying high until those crows fall off and suffocate from the inability to breathe. But he's going to finish that analogy later on. No, dude. Drop everything. I know I will. Finish it now. I don't know what's better, honestly. Payton's incredible firebombing of everything that happened in Denver before he arrived, or the response from Bob Saleh. And incredibly enough, as amazing as Bob's clapback was, believe it or not, Jets tackle Billy Turner's was even better. Billy was actually in Denver last year. He clearly did not appreciate or agree with Payton's analysis on the situation because he jumped onto IG and wrote the following. Check this out. This is amazing. Quote, this is what he said about Payton. Quote, seems like someone started training camp and is trying to soften the blow after realizing what he's in for this season. Bleeping bum.
Freaking bum.
Quote unquote. And then he went with 2 amazing hashtags. Hashtag Bountygate. Hashtag childish.
Hashtag.
So why am I hyped on this? For one thing, he did not use bleeping. He went with the F-bomb. Bleeping bum. Effing
Freaking
bum. That is an epic response. So epic, that is bum smack that I will absolutely allow. You know, one of the only rules on this show is no bum smack. I put a moratorium on bum smack. We don't talk about bums. Number one, they're homeless. They're not bums. They're homeless. And number 2, why would you mock somebody who doesn't have enough to eat or a place to live and is freezing cold and is sick? I don't allow that. Except I will allow this. This bum smack is allowable. Not only will I allow it, I'm going to encourage it. And he didn't just call this guy a bum. He called him a bleeping bum. And then he hashtagged Bountygate. He bounty-gated Payton. Hashtag childish. Hashtag legendary freaking clapback from an O-lineman. I mean, seriously, what's better than this? We have coach-on-coach crime. You have player-on-coach crime. You have unhinged analogies. You have bum smack, which I will allow. You have shrapnel flying in every direction. You have a sack of potatoes being defended by a legendary coach. You have the charred remains of Nathaniel Hackett coaching the Jets offense. And you have Robert Saleh, a.k.a. Robert Receipts, taking note of all of it. And we're what? 3-4 days into camp? Man, Bob's right. If you don't got no haters, you ain't popping. And the Jets are definitely popping. Say whatever you want about them right now, but you cannot deny it. The team is popping. I love it. I also love Sean getting loose. I love Payton getting loose. I love it when guys who matter actually say things that matter. He let it rip, and he's trying to juice up Russet. I guess what I'm trying to say is I am hyped that football season is back. Now get me to week 1. No, better yet, get me to week 4. Get me to week 4 in Denver for Jets v. Broncos, Bob v. Sean, Can Hackett v. Sack of Potatoes. Can't wait. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be the first to know when we do upload a new video.